Now, have a look at this. Any idea what it is? Very tiny device, there you see it. It fits in your wallet or handbag or attaches to your car keys, perhaps. Now, it is a tracking device from Apple to show you how accurate it is. We pinned it to one of our producers. He did know about it. We asked him in advance, and this is it in his pocket, tracking his journey to the office. So in many ways, it's great for keeping track of your belongings and even making sure that your kids or partner got to their destination safely. But campaigners are worried it could be used for more nefarious reasons, perhaps, like stalking. Well, Apple has now released a safety guide to protect people, but does it go far enough? Well, to discuss this now is technology journalist Will Guy. First of all, this is just like a key ring, isn't it? But how exactly does it work, Will?
Yeah, so this is essentially a small device that connects back to your mobile phone. It communicates with Bluetooth and essentially is a way of tracking or finding an item that you've left behind, almost like some sort of homing beacon is the easiest way to describe it. I use one legitimately for my keys. I lose my keys all the time. I find it really, really helpful and really reduces my stress levels when I'm trying to leave the house in the morning, and I can just press the button on my phone and the keys will start beeping somewhere in the house. So that's how I use them.
So there have been reports this week of women having these taped to the insides of their bags. Obviously, lots of issues with that. Are these devices as dangerous as some campaigners are claiming, do you think?
It's a really hard and complex argument. I can't sit here and say these cases haven't happened, but at the same time, a car can be a lethal weapon in the wrong hands. So there needs to be a bit of a more sophisticated conversation about this. Apple have taken a really reasonable first step. Firstly, they have, if you're an iPhone user and you don't have one, and one of these devices is tracking you, you should get a notification and a warning to say that it's following you. You can also get an app for Android devices if you don't have an iPhone, which does similar. Lots of other companies have sold these little devices. There's a company called Tile that have sold them for almost a decade. They haven't done anything similar. They've taken none of these steps that Apple are now taking. They've said now that they will follow Apple's lead. So it's good that we're having this conversation. It's good that the tech companies are taking these steps, but I think it would be too far to ban them on the basis of the small number of people using them for admittedly nefarious and horrendous things.
And Apple have come out and said they take customer safety very seriously. I mean, they're offering this advice now to people who are concerned, aren't they? This has happened in the last few days.
Yeah, they've offered advice. They've reminded people to download the app. They've released some information and some guides. As society grows and more of us use these devices, unfortunately, for some people, it might be something they're going to have to be aware of. But I don't necessarily think this is an Apple problem. I think this is a wider problem about this tech becoming easily available and easier for people to use.
And there'll be people watching, Will, who say this device and other devices not made by Apple, you know, they feel safer because of them. They'll say they're brilliant.
Yeah, there's two sides to every story. Like I said, I use mine and save my keys and it stops all my stress. I couldn't in a million years think about popping one into somebody's bag to track them, just not in my nature. But unfortunately, like you say, for every 100 people using them for good purposes, there may be one who isn't. And that's the challenge here. But we should recognize that these people have been stalked. We should put pressure on the tech companies to continue trying to improve how these things are used. But it isn't necessarily the tech companies' faults. And definitely, in my mind, these items shouldn't be banned.
Will Guy, hope you find your keys very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.